Greenpoint Williamsburg Public Affairs presentation. This is Neighborhoods Today.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are happy to have you here. Today is a happy day. It's not the end, it's the beginning. It's a step in the right direction. For so many people here over the years have worked together to bring this to fruition. And today we have no big eyes or little U's. Everybody is important here today. We work together. And so I know the majority of you have gone into the cockpit of an airplane and you see all the little gadgets there. No one is more important than the other. You need them all to function. We need the politicians, we need the community, we need the clergy, but we want you to know that we honor our politicians. However, this is a community endeavor, and we need them all. And now I'm kind of long-winded, so I'm going to pause here to welcome you. You're truly welcome this afternoon, every one of you. And this is just the beginning. We'll continue to work together down through the years, because we need the other buildings here, because we have visions for that as well. I thank you for coming, one and all. And I'm truly happy today, because I've spent some sleepless nights working on this and keeping vigil. And we ask you to come with us on this journey as we move forward on our new vision. I will now introduce the co-host of St. Nicholas, Mr. Mike Rockford.
Thank you very much, Mary Alice. That, I think, sets the tone for this afternoon. It's one of great optimism, one of great joy. It's been a 9-year effort to get us to this point. And I think we were worried about the weather. You always are this time of year when you plan an event like this, and the sun is out, and I hope it'll keep you all warm, and we won't try to keep you out here in this weather and the cold temperatures for too long. Everyone has promised to keep their speeches very brief, and we'll truly try to live up to that. I'd like to invite Monsignor David Casado, the pastor of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, to step forward and give the invocation.
Good afternoon. Truly, I think we should begin in the spirit of prayer. Please stand. Let us pray. O Lord our God, today we come together truly in the spirit of joy and happiness. Today is a day that is so special for so many people here. Help us, O Lord our God, to continue to work together for the good of this wonderful neighborhood. The greatness of the city of New York is founded on neighborhoods like this. Lord, help us to be patient. Teach us to be kind. Let us use and be happy in your love. Lord, continue to bless our efforts that we always do in your name. For you are God forever and ever. Amen. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Monsignor. People in the community know what our effort has been like over the last, Gary Haddam just told me it's been 10 years since we started looking at a redevelopment plan for the complex. And it took sweat, a lot of sweat and hard work on the part of community residents, not just one individual, but groups of people who were consistently involved in this project over the past 10 years. And before we get into the body of our program, we want to recognize those people. And Mr. Sal Abramo, the chairman of the St. Nicholas Neighborhood Preservation Corporation, and Ms. Ann Giordano, the president or chairperson of the Neighborhood Women of Williamsburg, Greenpoint, will step forward and present the awards to those individuals.
Good answer. Come on, Sal. What a team there. All right, the first one. Sorry, please bear with us. This is an extreme honor to have to give out awards to people that I have known for over 25 years. And I'm really proud to do it because I know what they've done, I know what they represent, and I know that they represent the heart of this neighborhood. The first person we will give an award to is Marie Lienza, who is, by the way, has just this morning had a death in her family and will not be present. For her, Marion Wallen will come and accept. Marion? The North Brooklyn Credit Union was founded in response to the redlining that was being done in this community. In addition, and as an outshoot of all of the work that they've done against the redlining and against what is happening in this community where people wrote it off, we developed the North Brooklyn Credit Union, of which I am a member and proud to say. Marion is the treasurer of that organization, and Marie Lienza is the president. They have worked hard and diligently to see that this neighborhood stays very much alive and very much in the news so that people would remember that we're here. Thank you, Mary. The other person is Tilly Tarantino from the Swingin' 60s, Consolidate Street Block Association. Is Tilly here? Tilly hasn't arrived yet, so when she comes, we will do it. Is anyone here from Consolidate Street? Tommy's not here either?
No, he is.
Tony. Tony Postena is here from Consolidate Street. Tony, would you come up and accept Tilly's award? Where is he? I saw him here. Here he is. Tilly Tarantino has consistently fought for better services and more quality care of senior citizens than anyone I know of. Her fight for this, eventually the hospital that we see here, will be the dream of Tilly Tarantino seniors, many of them sitting in this audience right now. So I would like to give this honor to Consolidate Street for their hard work and Tilly. Thank you. The other person that I would like to honor is Jan Peterson. Jan Peterson is the founder of the National Congress of Neighborhood Women. She is more than just a founder of an organization. She is the heart of this community. She started things in this community that never stopped. And it was her heart, her beliefs, and her trust in women like us that caused it to happen. When we thought we could never win City Hall, she said, let's try it. And she encouraged us to go on and move on. She brought in Cedar Fund. She brought in organizations. She developed everything that you see going on in this neighborhood today. It is my greatest honor to give Jan Peterson this award.
Let me get my turn. I have Jan. Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Oh, Jan.
Jan. The other two people go without saying. Teresa Cienciana and Guido Cienciana have become synonymous with this neighborhood. Without them, we wouldn't be standing here today. They would not let go. They would not stop until we won. And we owe all of our thanks to the four buildings, to these two people standing here right now. Thank you, Tish and Guido.
I don't know how to thank everybody here, but one thing I want to say, the fight is not over. We want that building and we're going to get it. Thank you.
Yes. I want to thank everyone for the award, for Guido and myself. But I also want to say that just walking here today, there were a lot of policemen, and I said, gee, we're not going to a demonstration. We're not protesting. Today we're celebrating. So what I want to say is I want to thank all of my members from the Concerned Citizens of Wither Street, okay? I want to thank all the community coalition of groups here. We were the basis for the improvement of the Greenpoint Hospital when it closed. Gary Haddam is here. He spearheaded it with St. Nick's. And I just have to say that we've gotten a lot of help from many people. And I want to remember our elected officials as well. Our borough president was most helpful to us. I mean, he went a long way with all of this. We have our elected officials here, our district leaders, Steve Cohen, Linda Minucci. We have all of the elected officials who have worked. I'm not trying to be political, but a special thank you to my boss. Why? I'll tell you why. I mean, I went to the college program. I learned community dynamics. Vito Lopez, the current assemblyman, was my teacher. But I also got on-the-job training at the assemblyman's office. So thanks to that office, we were able to get a lot of help. Wait a minute. Okay. I gotta say something. Okay. All right? All right. All right. 1 minute. Okay. I just want the mayor to hear this. Thank you, Mayor Dinkins, for allowing the Greenpoint complex here to become an armory in that phase-out program. The community here has waited for 10 years, and we've struggled, we've demonstrated, we've blocked the BQE, we've done it all for the betterment of the community, but most importantly, for the betterment of the homeless themselves. We want them to have decent, affordable housing. We want to remove all of the shelters that are congregate mass shelters that don't help the homeless. So we believe in your plan, Mayor Dinkins, smaller shelters with the proper services, and let's all work together in this endeavor as a united force. Thank you.
While I see that the mayor has come, I will continue with the program. No offense, Mayor. The other two people go without saying as well for this local community. Margaret Carnegie and Mildred Johnson. Margaret Carnegie is also a heart of this organization. She founded the grandparents organization that's now being honored throughout nationally. She has fought for the services for seniors to be living in decency and honor. She has worked on this project with dignity and with persistence. It is my pleasure to give Margaret Carnegie the honor. The other woman is Mildred Johnson. She is also nationally known. I've had the pleasure of working with Mildred for 25 years. And she is probably the best coalescer between races and ethnic groups that I could ever account for. Mildred has crossed lines when people wouldn't dare. Mildred has said hello and shared her love of life and her religion with everybody that would listen. And she is still in the shelters on a weekly basis, sharing her religion with the men in the shelters. For Mildred Johnson, I would say that she has never stopped being a loving, wonderful, warm woman, who is the original organizer of the Cooper Park Tenants Association, by the way. Last but not least is Gary Haddam. Sorry, not last. But Gary Haddam, and I have a lot to say about Gary. He came in here a young boy and walked out of here a gray-haired man. He not only took a job as the executive director of St. Nicholas Neighborhood Preservation, he lived it. He lived with this community and he loved it, and he did way above and beyond what any director would do. He later became president of GREC. He developed the GREC plan. He fought for this plan to happen. This is truly Gary Haddam's day as well, because he was the heart of that plan. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you very much.
And now I will say, last but not least. Last but not least are the people who brought the suit. Marty Needleman and Wayne Sayada. And I understand Debbie Rand is here. Is Debbie here? These are the three people that took on City Hall for us. And won. And I would like to, and they have never given up on us. And they have never stopped working with us. I would like to thank them. Marty Needleman, Wayne, and Sally Rand. Thank you.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're with Assemblyman Joe Lenthal, and we'd like to ask him what his feelings are on this occasion.
Well, this is truly a proud day for the community of Greenpoint and Williamsburg. This is the first affordable housing we've seen in a number of years that the community can be proud of having built. We thought when the homeless shelter was placed in our midst that we would never be able to get rid of it. Well, this is the first step, in my opinion, of having the community decide the fate of the Greenpoint Hospital complex, and it's only the beginning. We hope now to begin a project, nursing home project in the future, and more housing for the people of Greenpoint.
Joe, thank you so much. I know you'll be following that very closely. We appreciate your being on Neighborhoods Today. Thank you so much.
We're very honored this afternoon that Mayor David Dinkins has decided to join us. I don't have to remind you or bring up all the trouble we had with the former administration, the commitment to build senior housing here at the complex, which evaporated, all the promises that were made and broken over the years. But Mayor Dinkins, when he served as borough president and he was on the Board of Estimates, supported the GREC plan and our efforts to redevelop the complex. It's under his administration It's under Mayor Dinkins' administration that we were able to finally secure the 4 buildings to redevelop as housing, and it's his departments of HRA and HPD that have given us every bit of cooperation over the past year to get us to where we are today. So it's a great honor for me, and I hope for you all, to have Mayor David Dinkins speak to you today.
Well, I thank you all for your concern and for being here. I thank you for your generous applause. I sometimes say to audiences, I'm not necessarily well received everywhere I go during these difficult times that we all face. But I know that you know that this administration is working awfully hard, trying to solve the problems with which we are beset, problems that didn't start yesterday. But really it isn't a function of pointing fingers and blame or trying to assess where the guilt lies. The real problem is to find solutions, to get on with getting the job done, and that's what I'm about. We're here today not only to celebrate the start of renovation of the former Greenpoint Hospital complex, but also to celebrate the perseverance of a community and the culmination of a dream. For more than 9 years, the concerned residents of this community were united in their resolve to redevelop the Greenpoint Hospital site into affordable housing units for this community. Although it took 9 years to secure the necessary approval and funding, the Greenpoint community remained committed to this goal and never lost hope. Today, their determination and endurance has paid off. I'm pleased to announce the start of renovation of this site, 51 units of affordable housing for low-income families and families who are homeless or doubled up. Thanks to the persistence of many of you here, low-income families in this community earning no more than 60% of the median income will be able to rent these apartments at a cost ranging from $388 for a one-bedroom unit to $540 for a three-bedroom unit. You know, as I read these numbers earlier today, I thought to myself, when I started law school, married, one child, 3 bedrooms, not 3 bedrooms, 3 rooms. There is a difference. Let me tell you, the rent was $46 a month. 1953, and I had trouble getting that together. No, true. I worked all day, worked at night and went to school all day, law school here in Brooklyn. And when I'd come home, my wife would tell me that, you know, this is the second notice for this bill, and this one called 3 times, and she'd go on like that. Now, you know, when I get home from work, it would be after midnight because I worked in a liquor store, and I was very tired, carrying those heavy books on the A train, getting to J Street and Borough Hall. And I'd say, honey, look, I really don't want to hear it. She said, yeah, but it's the second night. I said, listen, you tell them that I take all the bills and I put them in a hat. First of the month, I put them all in a hat. And I draw out 3, and I pay whatever 3 I happen to pick out. But if they keep annoying me, they won't get in the hat. But, you know, I remember those days. Some people think that some of us in public service earning salaries that enable us to do things that we never dreamed we could do, think that we were born this way. And not so. Not so. I remember many long, hard, and difficult days in my almost 65 years. But I am so pleased that this has finally come to pass. Some of you may feel that 9 years is an awfully long time for a community to wait before it sees the culmination of its efforts, and it is. It is a long time. It is much too long. But I'm so sure that the 51 families that will soon be occupying these units will feel that it was worth the wait. So I applaud all of the residents of this community who have played an active role in our celebration today. I especially want to thank HPD Commissioner Felice Machete. The necessary funding for these worthy projects was provided through the city's local initiative support corporation and enterprise housing rehabilitation programs. It is sometimes the ingenuity of people like Felice Machete that enabled us to get things done. People want it to happen, want to do it, can't figure out how. But it is Felice and her staff who constantly work at solutions to problems like these. So I'm pleased that we have been successful. Thanks also to the sponsors, the St. Nicholas Neighborhood Preservation Corporation, sponsor of the Northern Daybreak Project, and the Neighborhood Women of Williamsburg Greenport, sponsors of the Neighborhood Women's Renaissance Project. Thank them for their commitment to these projects and to this community. This is part of a series of construction projects that are now underway in our city to bring decent and affordable housing to the residents of our communities. Through HPD's LISC and enterprise programs, more than 2,700 affordable housing units have been completed, 875 of which are located in Brooklyn, and 1,150 units are currently under construction, 385 of them here in Brooklyn. At a time of belt tightening and budget cutting, I am pleased that we can continue to move forward in providing this critical housing stock to our residents. But I'm even more delighted to know that the people of our city are willing to claim a stake in the rebuilding of their own communities, and that they have the will, the commitment, and the determination to bring their dreams to fruition. It's my hope that all New Yorkers will follow your fine example. I thank you for listening. God bless you all. Keep the faith.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
We have with us the borough president, Mr. Howard Golden. Mr. Golden, we'd like to have your impression on the festivities today.
Well, I'm a little bit excited, a little bit anticipatory, but I'm also very reserved. There are certain commitments that have to be kept here. One is the security of the complex. We expect that this is going to be carried out with community input. We're concerned about downsizing the size of the shelter, and all of these things we intend to monitor. But I think it's a great day. The sun is coming out. They said it was going to snow today, but I think the sun is shining on Greenpoint.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. Right, good to have you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your patience. There's a reception waiting inside. There's heat inside, too, so some inducement to get you. Yeah, please, I asked Felice before if she wanted to speak. Tish put her up to it. So.
I only have one thing to say. Let's go break the seal. I'm ready. Let's go.